Welcome back into the SBR Bull Betting Special Show with our guest, Jimmy the Bag. For this section of shows, we're now going after Christmas. We're filming on December 12th. However, it is the First Responders Bowl, December 26th, from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. We got Boston College versus Boise State, total of 56. And this is a great one right now, guys, to shop around because we're seeing Bet Online at -3. Bookmaker -2.5. It's an important number, so make sure you're getting the best of it, whether you're looking to bet on Boston College or Boise State. Make sure to check out SBR odds for the best number. One of my favorite people in the business, Jimmy the Bag. Welcome into the show. How are you looking to bet Boston College versus Boise State?
Well, let me first say, Drew, we miss you down here very much. As you can see, I'm wearing my Costa Rican national jersey, and I know you have one, because we got them together,
I do have one.
I miss you very much. Let's break this game down. Open December, you're talking about the line movement and shopping around. That's absolutely right. Open December 3rd at Pinnacle at Boise State, -3.5 at -108. 24 hours later is -3 at -108. This morning, as we speak, on December 12th, it's -3 at +100. You're right. It's an extremely important half point if you're going to get the 2.5, if you're backing Boise State or backing Boston College. Let's break this down more. Total open at 55. It's pretty much stayed the same. Made no moves since December 3rd until yesterday. Moved up a half point at Pinnacle, 55.5. Well, Drew, again, we talked about the Hawaii Bowl, and we talked about simplifying things. And I tend to like doing it in certain spots. And we have a lower-end Power 5 school with a higher-end Group of 5 school. And I have to lean initially to the lower-end Power 5 school. And I need you to probably talk me off this play, or I will be making it today. Both teams were 7-5-0 against the spread. Boise traveled well all year. 5-1 on the road. Boise State team, 3-1 both straight up and against the spread in bowl games under Brian Harsin. Boston College, the opposite. 1-3 straight up and 1-3 against the spread in bowl games under Steve Adiazo. Boston College had a bad end to their season. Bad. They lost 3 in a row, both straight up and against the spread. They lost against Florida State when Florida State looked like they were a mess. They lost at against Syracuse in a game the Eagles were favored. It was the most disappointing spot in the year. 42-21 loss at home to Syracuse as 6-point favorites. They each faced a similar opponent in Virginia. Boston College smashed them, 41-10, as 7-point road underdogs. Boise State lost 42-23 as 14-point home favorites. Now, it was early in the year, so I'd be curious to hear if you think that maybe you can put a line through that sort of thing because it was so early in the year. It was week 3. Boise State faced one Power 5 school this year, and they got destroyed. The game against Virginia was not week 3. Sorry, it was against the Power 5 school. That was their 3rd game of the season. That's where I'm asking if we should put a line through it. They lose 44-21 to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State beat them up on the ground. And this Boise State defense, 23rd best in all of college football on the ground, allowing just 122.9 yards per game. But Oklahoma State running backs gashed them. 176 yards, 3 TDs. What I see here, Drew, is that Boston College running back A.J. Dillon is one of the best running backs in the nation, and he's better than Cowboy running back Justin Hill. Justin Hill averaged 8.2 yards per carry against the Broncos. Dillon missed 2 games this year with injury, still rushed for 1,108 yards, 10 touchdowns. And he's been going up against tougher defenses in the ACC than the defense he'll face versus Boise State. The Boston College defense is strong. They were gouged for 111 points by Syracuse, Wake Forest, and Temple. They still allowed just 25.7 points per game. They allowed just 3.6 yards per carry. They'll be able to keep Alexander Madison in check. Eagles 9-3-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. 3-1-1 against the spread in their last 5 neutral site games. 15-6-1 against the spread in their last 22 overall. But 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 bowl games. Boston College pass defense had some troubled times during the year, but still 18 interceptions, tied for best in FBS. They can capitalize on any mistakes Brett Rippon makes. I want Boston College here. I want to get the +3. I'm going to get it immediately. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be available. But Drew, I like Boston College here, a Power 5 school, to take care of Boise State. What do you think about that?
Jimmy, I first got to say, like, I don't have a strong opinion either way to talk you off or on a side. My initial look here is towards Boise State. It's a team that I bet multiple times this year. You bring up the Oklahoma State game. I watched every play of that game. I was on the wrong side. Granted, I had Boise State. I will say this, that game did play a little bit closer than that 44-21 final. It was very competitive going into halftime, if I remember right. Got a couple scores there in the second half. Not to say that Oklahoma State shouldn't have won the game; they should have. But I don't think it should have been, that drastic of a change as far as doubling them up as far as the score goes. And to add on to that, Boston College isn't the same profile as Oklahoma State. Tossing it around a bunch, Mike Gundy's offense. Boston College a little bit more smash it down your throat. Now I don't know if Boise State can stop that up front. They have been able to in years past, stepping up and playing big boys. This year's team, when you break it down, I mean, the San Diego States of the world, keep in mind that wasn't the same Aztec team of a couple years ago. They held them at bay. BYU, they could kind of run it a little bit. Other than that, they haven't really faced a lot of running offenses in this kind of profile that Boston College is. They faced Air Force, who tore them up a little bit, but Air Force is a little bit different as far as running the triple option. Wyoming only put up 2 touchdowns against them. That's probably the most similar profile, not as talented as Boston College. So it's a little bit tricky of a handicap in that aspect. I would point to the fact that the reason I'm looking at Boise State, Jimmy, is because you can find them right now at under a touchdown, and you have the better quarterback. I love that profile as just far as winning the game. You got Brent Rippon there, and pretty talented ball players all around the field, both defensively skill positions and offensive skill positions. So I'm looking towards Boise State. This is a game I haven't bet yet. Sorry to confuse you probably even more, man, but I'll let you have at it in conclusion.
In conclusion, I'm going to support my idea. Now, I've read most people I've seen talking about this game are on Boise State. I've seen very few people backing the Eagles. But I think that getting 3 points with this Eagles team that's been playing against tougher competition will take care of Boise State. I really think that A.J. Dillon will have a huge game. Huge game. And I'm going to take the Eagles here. And I think this market move is telling. I think that the reason why 3.5 opened, now 3 at plus money, now 2.5's on the board. I think it's telling. I'm a little uncomfortable with the total. Because you're right. Boise State has a better quarterback, and we talked about that situation in the Buffalo-Troy game. But I am going to take Boston College. In fact, I'm going to bet it now to ensure that I get 3. I'm on the Eagles. I think they smashed Boise State. Like you said, running the ball hard, nonstop at this front seven of Boise State, which I think is susceptible. Even though if you look at their numbers, very, very strong against the run, they haven't faced the likes of A.J. Dillon. I'm backing the Eagles here.
Jimmy the Bag liking the Eagles. Follow him on Twitter at Jimmy the Bag. Hopefully we helped you out in these couple bowl games with Jimmy. Thanks for the time, Jimmy. You excited for bowl season?
I am very excited for bowl season. Is there a better time of year than the holidays, snow, football? I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for having me, Drew, and good luck with the rest of your bowl coverage.
Thank you, Jimmy. Guys, we'll be right back with our next bowl show. Best of luck.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.